Welcome back. So moving forward, in this lesson, I'm going to demonstrate how to actually add additional metadata components. So in our previous install, notice by default, it only gave us classes, components, pages, static resources, and triggers under the Claydesk e-learning project that we created from Salesforce, right? So notice we don't have objects. So we don't have like standard objects. Let me show you what I mean. So let me go back and navigate to the actual browser here. And scrolling down from the left navigation pane, notice objects and fields. And if I click on Object Manager, I have account, activity, assets. These are all the fields within my Salesforce, right? So I don't have this in Eclipse IDE. So I need to simply go ahead and, in fact, manage all of these within my integrated development environment, so that if I write Apex language and I create triggers and I associate triggers to any of these fields, I could do so. So in other words, let's navigate back to Eclipse and let me demonstrate how to actually do this. So open up Eclipse here. All I have to do is just simply right click on my Claydesk eLearning project here, and from this menu navigate to force.com, and it kind of shows you several options, right? Refresh from server, synchronize, deploy, show in Salesforce web. And what this would do is simply open up a browser and I could see the actual project over there. One of the fields is project properties and add remove metadata components. Both project properties and add remove metadata components is essentially the same thing. It's going to bring you the same dialog box. So I'm going to go ahead and click on add remove metadata components. This brings up a dialog box, and notice it's also the properties as well. So the following components are selected for synchronization, which is Apex class, visual force component, visual force page, trigger, and static resource, which are exactly the same folders as you see in the left navigation package explorer area within Eclipse. So from this dialog box, I'm going to click on add remove button, and this will give me an option that the following components are not supported. So it gives you a whole list of components that are not supported at this point and will not be imported. So I'm going to click OK. This takes me to the choose metadata components page, and this is where I can actually select what additional metadata components from my Salesforce I need to include within Eclipse. So if I scroll down, I will have the option of objects, and here's the standard objects. So I need to select standard objects and make sure that everything is selected, like account, account clean info, account clean role, and again these are the same objects that are found in my Salesforce that I just showed you. So there are other options as well. So you can add more roles, you can do settings, control, profiles, permission sets even. So you can manage everything from the Eclipse IDE. So let me in fact do this. I'm going to go ahead and select all. This may take a while, but this will allow you to actually give you total power and control from within the Eclipse IDE. So once I've selected all of them, click OK. Gives you a little preview of what will be actually synchronized. I'm going to click OK again. The contents of force.com project, Claydesk eLearning have changed. Would you like to refresh this project from the server to reflect these changes? Of course, yes. And this is going to go ahead and actually start the progress of synchronization. And you'll notice on the left side, it's actually adding all of these folders, right? So as it's synchronizing with your Salesforce environment, it's adding all of these folders. It's going to populate within this Claydesk eLearning project the entire components directly from the Salesforce account to your Eclipse IDE. Perfect. So once everything is synchronized, notice my folder list is now expanded, and I can navigate to any one of these. For example, under objects, I can see all of these objects. So if I were to click on, let's say, account object here, or click twice, this is going to open up the actual account object for me. And here I can now work directly with this metadata and then start changing or create additional actions and whatnot. So using Eclipse IDE is in fact very powerful, because you don't have to wait for the browser and go to each of these settings, click on 10 different times. You can directly work with your entire Salesforce platform directly into the Eclipse IDE. So likewise, you can play around with it. So as a homework, just kind of navigate each one of these. The reason I added all of the components so that you get an idea, right? But typically, as a developer, you would only work with objects or other components that you're really interested in developing. So as a homework and practice, just kind of navigate each one of these, explore what these are. If you have any questions, just post in the discussion area. I'll be happy to answer them. So just a quick recap in this lesson, I wanted to quickly demonstrate how to synchronize additional metadata components from your sales platform to Eclipse IDE. So hope this helps practice, and let's move to the next lesson.